Francis Mukuka revealed that approximately 3/4 of the contracts are not publicly advertised, but instead directly granted to selected companies without due process. Mr. Mukuka described the situation as regrettable, stating that despite multiple engagements with government officials to advocate for fair and transparent contract awarding procedures, their concerns have gone unaddressed. He further urged President Hakainde Hichilema to assent to the Private Security Companies Bill, which he believes would establish regulatory oversight, enhance operational standards within the sector, and improve the welfare of security personnel.
As Private Security Companies Association, we, including our members, actually, with our members, I think we have a few members that are enjoying, most especially the government contract, in a sense that 3/4 of the government contracts, there haven't been transparency. I think we have been complaining about this ever since, even from the previous government, and we thought maybe we will have a different approach when it comes to tender issue with the security companies. And we have a tender. We have one parastatal company that we have told the contract is ending, I think, end time this month, and our surprise is that they want to extend the contract. Although they have those rights, but we believe that they need to do the advertisement so that even the other people, they can also participate.
The Livingstone City Council has announced an extension of revenue collection hours at the APSA Boomgate exit point as part of its strategy to boost municipal income and support the transition to a 24-hour economy. Council Public Relations Manager Melvin Mukela stated that collectors will now operate until 20 hours to capture revenue from the significant number of motorists using the route after regular business hours. Mr. Mukela explained that the decision was informed by observations showing increased vehicle traffic at the site after 17 hours. He further disclosed that the council is considering extending collecting hours at busy taxi ranks where commuter activities tend to be at peak in the evening.
Yeah, the issue raised by members of the public concerning our revenue collector who is collecting taxi levy from APSA pay point. Our position is that as a local authority, we have resolved that we collect revenue from there beyond 17 hours. This is because we have discovered that a lot of motorists do use that car park after working hours. You are aware that in Zambia we are promoting 24/7 economy, and as a local authority, to maximize the revenue collection, we try by all means to look at the potential areas where we can maximize our revenue. So we have discovered two things. One, at the post office car park, a lot of motorists do come at night, and also a lot of taxis start working after 17 hours. So we are trying to see how best this can work.
Meanwhile, Spar Taxi Rank Chairperson Gerald Masea welcomed the initiative but stressed the importance of ensuring its success. Mr. Masea emphasized the need for the local authority to engage stakeholders prior to the implementation to prevent misinformation and ensure the project delivers tangible results.
Over the 24-hour levy of motorists by the council that they are trying to introduce, or maybe they have already introduced. Personally, I have no challenge with paying the council, because one thing for sure, I've been paying and I have no problem with that. But I only hope what they are trying to do is not going to end up as the national failure. The other one that they had in their because even for this one, it has come as it has just come up from nowhere, where the council has not told the stakeholders they have not sensitized the motorists.
Police Commanding Officer Oxencio Daka has confirmed that a southern province has recorded the 2 separate sexual assault cases within the same time frame. In Choma district, a 70-year-old grandfather has been arrested for allegedly defiling his 10-year-old granddaughter, while in Livingston, an 18-year-old man has reported being sodomized by a friend. According to reports, the 70-year-old grandfather allegedly took advantage of his granddaughter while she was sleeping in the sitting room and had unlawful canon knowledge of her. The suspect is currently detained in lawful custody at Choma police station. In a separate incident, an 18-year-old man reported being sodomized by a friend identified as Norman of a Zeko compound near the Mulamba stream. The victim allegedly said Norman grabbed him while he was in an intoxicated state and forcefully sodomized him. The victim shouted for help, causing the suspect to flee the scene, and later reported the matter to Mbita police post. And in confirming the incidents, a Southern Province Commanding Officer Oxencio Daka stated that both cases occurred on April 20th, 2025, but no arrest has been made in the Livingstone case. United Party for National Development, UPND, has announced it has successfully fulfilled 90% of its 10-point plan, a key promise made to Zambians during the 2021 general elections. This aligns with the State House's 3-year assessment of the party's performance. Party Information and Publicity Secretary Matumola Limwanya highlighted major achievements under the UPND's leadership, including the implementation of free education, an increase in the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, and the recruitment of over 60,000 health workers and teachers. In an interview with the Sun FM TV News, Mr. Limwanya dismissed opposition criticism of the UPND's accomplishments as political rhetoric, asserting that Zambians recognize and appreciate the tangible progress being made. He emphasized that government's initiatives are not merely promises but concrete actions that are positively transforming the lives of citizens nationwide.
UPND, the United Party for National Development, has achieved 90% of the promises that we gave to the Zambian people. On the very premise that when you look at what we promised the Zambian people in the 10-point plan, when we were campaigning, we had formulated what is called a 10-point plan. So the 10-point plan embodies promises that we gave to the Zambian people. So when you look at that, you realize that we have achieved 90% of what we promised the Zambian people. Number one, when you talk about free education, it was part of our 10-point plan. We have achieved so much. People are going to school. Over 2 million people, kids are back into school. We have reintroduced meal allowances.
We take a break and return with sports.
Shake and sip down in your soul. What you waiting for? Come on, let's go. Shake and sip. Get up and show me how to shake and sip. Get up off your feet. Shake things up with Shake and Sip Fruity Milk. Shake and sip. Go, go, go. Shake and Sip, when fresh meets fruity.
Absa Bank Zambia, in partnership with the Football Association of Zambia, FAZ, has announced a change of venue for the highly anticipated Absa Cup semi-finals. Initially scheduled to take place on Saturday, 26th April at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola, the matches will now be held at Railway Stadium in Kabwe. According to a press statement issued by Absa Head of Marketing and Corporate Affairs, Mato Shimavale, the decision follows incidents that occurred during a recent Zambia Premier League fixture involving Kana FC and Power Dynamos, both of whom are also semi-finalists in the Absa Cup. The semi-final double-header has been moved as a precautionary measure to ensure the safety of fans, players, and all stakeholders, and to allow the matches to proceed without disruptions. In other sports news, the under-20 men's national team held their last training session at the Tulip Gardens complex ahead of their international friendly against Ghana this evening. FARS Media reports that coach Boyd Mulwanda, together with his technical bench, took the lads through the proceedings this morning in readiness for the game. The junior Chipolopolo are using this evening's friendly to test their preparedness for the 2025 Total Energies Egypt Africa Cup of Nations AFCON Under-20 tournament that swings into action this Saturday. Zambia has been drawn into Group A alongside hosts Egypt, Sierra Leone, South Africa, and Tanzania in the tournament scheduled from April 27th to May 18th. The Mulwanda tutored side will open their AFCON journey on April 27th against Sierra Leone. And that sports item brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Do join us shortly as we get your views on the news. My name is Alan Mwale. Stay tuned.
Imagine having nature's secrets to health and vitality in a bottle. Introducing Lifeway Shot Health Drink. Ginger for digestion. Beetroot for stamina. Aloe vera for skin. Tamarind for metabolism. Baobab for immune support. Lifeway Shot. Embrace wellness naturally.
Oh, what a bad day. When everything is bright and golden. The sun is shining in the mighty morning. Without my family in that moment, that day would have been a bad day.
Yeah, everyone's bad day is my bad day. But guess what? When my banja comes together, there are no bad days.
When you are there, you bring the shine. Banja washing powder, the family detergent.
Good afternoon, and indeed welcome to the Tuesday edition of Views on News. Thank you to Alan Mwale there for the community bulletins. My name is Evans Malasha. Remember to participate. You can give us a call on 0955 855 953. That is 0955 855 953. To give us a call and let us know what your views on news are today. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mwabomba Tanuko.
Twabomba febwino barishani wana mabanda.
Wasu wabomba febwino. Twabosha kuvogi mwatukajira twabosha. Mkwaya. Awe, hilia shike mwandini, hilia departmenti. Awe, nataka from Zambia. Mwishukuru fena la msitinguru mwa taking advantage. Ushamwe bantu nisha abantu abana kashaba kuruta muleba muno bale pitana bale kwale kofini. Awo mwandina baba tata bale bekata. Ni vijube ni baka tuputulevenga fya abapisha. Twachula sana kula mkweli ashiri molini. Na isa kone eri nendi ashiri abankano mu stadium mukula ona ole fintu. awe nativipasane fintu vya Zambia muntu alivomba vatupangire fintu funti mwambokona ula busheshuwa ye awe tatwala ndefingi twalimfuata awo majera butu alimishiwe fomwa muli bakali nomba tamufire muleona ule fintu ofo mulebo mfya futi awo muchinje twapapata nga bamibaninga futi mukambo kwigishana tuli bonse wa mwana mkwa.
We'll take a look at some of the stories that indeed did make headlines that you are reacting to with regards to your views on news. Our stakeholders continue to push for reforms to address irregularities in the private security industry. The Private Security Companies Association has alleged a lack of transparency in the awarding of contracts for firms responsible for securing government facilities. The Livingstone City Council has announced an extension of revenue collection hours at the Absa Boomgate exit point as part of its strategy to boost municipal income and support the transition to a 24-hour economy. Police Commanding Officer Anexio Daka has confirmed that Southern Province has recorded 2 separate sexual assault cases within the same time frame. The United Party for National Development, UPND, says it has successfully fulfilled 90% of its 10-point plan, a key promise made to Zambians during the 2021 general elections. Absa Bank Zambia, in partnership with the Football Association of Zambia, FAS, has announced a change of venue for the highly anticipated Absa Cup semi-finals. And the under-20 men's national team held their last training session at the Tulip Gardens complex ahead of the international friendly against Ghana this evening. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ivan. Magomba shani.
Gomba febwino batshani banapa.
Awe, lefebwino. Ala asenda ko ine abafiasha bwa 70 shuwa. Tabakwata no luse. 70 shuwa kamwana akanya. Takwali size abo benga mona ko shuwa ti umukuru muna abo shuwa kushaba ba chimono kuipa yo mwana oko. Kombe 70 nga bakata babatwala mu kifungo tayi kuyafira mu yamwine. Awo chabipasana mwanjini. Chama fengo sirenga baba kaka bayafira fiyo momwine kuchira imipamba shamutango ifikula shikula abana bano balekula shani imitikula yempanga nombe empanga kula tema ula fenani ukateka abana bano nobona ikeshuwa we bale batwala fenga baba tumala fiko kwine bayafira fiko kwine tefo chiyo kubezile tatatemwa tulibonse ba Ivan
tatotela 0955-855-953. That is the number you are calling us on this particular afternoon. It's 0955-855-953. It is Views on News. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Mr. Marisha, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Duncan from Chabombo.
Please do go ahead, Mr. Duncan.
Yeah, Mr. Marisha, definitely the party, you continue about the Association of Zambia. He compared to Pakistan, Taliban Bokulanda. So I think I want them to contact very aware, and very benefit. The manga to benefit, the Mapa is here. So he was present, never people of the president, Bakovati. He compared the concern it. You have to correct last year, Valenta Poke, this year, Valenta Poke. So I want them to contact the benefit, some of the benefits for Bakovati. Navoko Seniavo. Il faut que ils vont découvrir. Et là, si Nico Seni a pu priver beaucoup dans la municipal council, extension working hours for collect the revenues. Il faut qu'on peut bâtir. Il y a des revenues. Il y a des future council. Comme moi, je suis pour next year's appointment. It's a good move. Thank you. Good afternoon, Zambia.
Thank you very much there. 0955-855-953 is the number you're calling us on. And just to clarify that, it is actually the Livingstone City Council which has announced an extension of revenue collection hours at the APSA Boom Get Exit Point as part of its strategy to boost municipal income and support the transition to a 24-hour economy. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Great things.
Mr. Tembo from Dola.
Mr. Tembo, please do go ahead.
Just want to ask you, Ebola yawankana ili kukawe. Usina masoka fanzi wako.
I will be able to. We can only clarify that once we get a hold of
I
any.
don't want to have a repeat of what I said.
Yes, so do stay listening, and obviously we'll update you. 0955-855-953. That is the number you are calling us on this afternoon. It is Views on News Tuesday edition. Good afternoon.
Hey, afternoon, tamoga patown yapu.
Welcome.
Hey, ama machari mabomba jari ama.
Tabomba febwina katwishbena.
Tire donza pakira bomba para hata ndako ya state oite taka mwanyo.
Okay.
Ya manaru kya na mana ka chugu india ka mwana kanonu. Abantu abo bada taka abantu abo ya. Wese ba sana kuiba unyama.
All right, thank you. All right. 0955-855-953 is the number you are calling me on this particular afternoon. It is the Tuesday edition of Views on News. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Malakia.
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Charles Mwape, calling you from Chirilabombwe.
Mr. Mwape, please do go ahead.
The program for UPND are under 90%. Now, what have few campaign promises? Number one, just like I'm Zambia and I'm going to for few campaign promises. Because right now, the Wunga 50 kwacha. 12 hours, 14 hours, kwacha is Japona. 250 fertilizer. To lower the cost of living. Chiwo 12 kwacha. Road saving ikapua. 20 via ripua. Inamuchiwa, beya tumpika wena Zambia. I think Zambia is foolish.
All right, Mr. Mwape.
They also have to put up just to them and people.
Thank you, Mr. Mwape.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. 0955-855-953. Do try by all means to have your emotions checked when you are reacting to the stories that made it in the community news. This is Views on News, but let us try by all means to still remain as respectful as possible. Good afternoon.
Greetings, Mr.
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm again, that's what it's about.
Mugaiba konkanyepo.
Supported the party and your sports. You have some of us, what you have been. Nothing going to come because of the language. You cannot go to the UNESCO. Now, I don't know why it's Katina. The quality young of a body. So, I have to do a couple of famous of Ghana to gain that. So, we show the best Ghana. We are expected to come at least one final. Lastly, we are Europeans, but now 90%. I was now 90%. So, 10% in a year, this is by cost of living. Nama 90. If you are not to achieve, you should. I was 2016 shell. But I'm going to ask the voices.
0955-855-953 is the number you are calling me on this particular afternoon. It's 0955-855-953. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Brother Malan.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very, very fine. The voice of the voice is on the line.
Please do go ahead.
Thank you. I'm quite never trying to put you in the then I love a cooperative. If I open up a Kurubantu, I'm a Yakwe. I have grew up. I say, quite unfortunate. Very unfortunate. You have to put them on the post. nomba chireko ikapitako bati umene musipanda twikala aya makesi sibe yacha report so that abantu baleyikatwa then nowuteko buleyisiba then tutekako kukapuyakibwa because if we remain silent then this culprit will continue causing abana bethu mukatika amakomenti ayinenga dibanganje pamene ndikasika namusasiuti alapha dibanepa bansila kika amakomenti noma balabasasiuti so esituzisisiuti ndosipa abantu abalekisekwa emukwadeni bibyasiyabankana akenditwanako kuliranda kulebe kitekwaka kani punishment noma tubasesha polo kwati baswala kukabwe kitiye bwino lero kitekwaka kakyakwanze kuti more security ero nokira balika kapokola umwapa ubika mukyabengo eva have balonga mumoto n'abakipakina wekipakina so that bonke bale balonga muyamuni babatwala okuba kuyokuba
Tatotela 0955-855-53. That is the number you are calling us on this particular afternoon. It's 0955-855-953 to give us a call and let us know what your views on news are. Good afternoon.
Yes, afternoon, sir.
I'm great, thanks. Who's on the line and where are you calling us from?
This is Haman calling you from Banamukuba.
Please do go ahead.
Yes, boss. Wonderful plan that way. Minimum Karimba.
Hello?
Yes, boss.
Ufumien ko volume kuchirimbarok TV taturemi umfamkwa.
Okay, flash me, boss. The wonderful plan that way, boss. Sabia Shidia, so much and idea of the security. Rengofa.
Turemi umfamkwa.
I'm quite. I want to not to my company. There's so much under the government. And that Yarisa almost 90%. Yakwa Bishabantu. One by 90% in government. Any one to a level that my government and my privacy. So my privacy companies. Rich Sana. Malaysia Masalalizi. Takuya Masalalizi, man. But each time Vale campaign, I Vale and that you want to either a level famu, a level kwisa, but in a Nikashani, Nikajincha, in a Kadira, but Palinoista, every one for never my government. But if I say Mama security, my company is the Apsana, to let you, I don't put my company is Zambi, I live on the MPR, but my company is like my company of Buffet, out of the MPR. So to let you, son, I'm making one belly. Not what I can have, and not so to let you.
All right, thank you. All right, and that happens to be our last caller for today. We do get a recap of the stories that made headlines in our community bulletin. Our stakeholders continue to push for reforms to address irregularities. The Private Security Industry Companies Association has alleged a lack of transparency in the awarding of contracts for firms responsible for securing government facilities. The Livingstone City Council has announced an extension of revenue collection hours at the Absa Boomgate exit point as part of its strategy to boost municipal income and support the transition to a 24-hour economy. Police commanding officer Annexa Daka has confirmed that Southern Province has recorded 2 separate sexual assault cases within the same time frame. The United Party for National Development (UPND) says it has successfully fulfilled 90% of its 10-point plan, a key promise made to Zambians during the 2021 general elections. Absa Bank Zambia, in partnership with the Football Association of Zambia (FAZ), has announced a change of venue for the highly anticipated Absa Cup semi-finals. And wrapping it up in sports, the Under-20 men's national team held their last evening training session at the Tulip Gardens complex ahead of their international friendly against Ghana this evening. Those are some of the stories that made our community bulletin this afternoon. This still is the drive. We still have quite a number of conversations still ahead and lined up for you still listening and watching. Good afternoon.